o'clock, 770 a.m., 92.5 FM, WVNN. Welcome back to the Yaffee program. Glad you're joining the show. I am Alabama's voice of reason, Huntsville's conservative conscience. By the way, if you want tickets to go see Talk Radio, Low Mill, Saturday night with me and Dale Jackson, you can get VIP tickets, and you get to tell Dale Jackson anything you want, and he cannot argue back. He cannot yell at you. He just has to nod and go, If you want tickets for that, the VIP experience, text in right now on the Yaffee text line, 866-494-9866, 866-494-WVNN, and we can get that done for you. All right, let's end the show like we usually do. We have the Yaffee program rewind. All right, so I started the show today, and yes, this is the part of the show where I remind you, if you missed any of it live, the podcast is up. It's available anywhere you subscribe, anywhere you get your podcasts. Make sure to subscribe, of course, and give me a good review if you can. That would be nice of you. So I started the show today talking about redistricting. And, of course, you have Terry Sewell out there, one of the two Democratic members of the Alabama delegation in Congress. Looks like Alabama's going to try to draw out her district. But she said to Politico, she wants California and Illinois to redraw their maps. And she said this is Democrats fighting back. This is all in reaction to the Supreme Court ruling that gets rid of the racial gerrymandering. But really, I want them to understand that similar to Trump being a reaction to the radical left and the propaganda press, Trump didn't start political division. He is a response to it. So is this gerrymandering. The gerrymandering redistricting bonanza that's coming in a lot of these states. That's what I'm calling it. It's a reaction to what Democrats have been doing in blue states for years and getting away with it. It's also a reaction to the fact that when Republicans tried to do it in red states, activists would go to the courts and just scream racist, and the judge would just let them get away with it. Well, those days are over. The game is up. So even though the Democrats are saying they're fighting back, what's actually happening is Republicans are finally getting the chance to fight back themselves. But there is another strategy that they're putting forward, and I played it earlier. Walker, go ahead and play the Eric Holder cut I sent you. This is their next step here.
They had teeth. I mean, there's also been this debate that's gone on, Attorney General, that for years people have debated whether to expand the Supreme Court. Obviously, at a time like this, in the 6-3 decision along ideological lines, people are very angry about the ability to have 6 people determine and unravel 6 decades worth of progress. Do you think that part of the conversation moving forward should involve the composition or the numbers in the Supreme Court?
I think that should be a part of the conversation. And I think we also have to realize when people say, well, you're just trying to pack the court. Well, the court is already packed. Merrick Garland never got a hearing. And so he never had an opportunity to become a justice on the Supreme Court. If rules had been followed as they normally had been, he would have been on the court. And the rule was, well, he was too close. It was too close to an election for him to get a hearing or even an interview. Well, then Amy Coney Barrett comes along later on and is confirmed while people are in the process of voting. So those are 2 seats that probably should be seats appointed by a Democratic president. So the criticism that in considering expanding the court is packing the court and that's something negative is, again, something that Republicans will criticize the very thing that they themselves did. But I think that has to be a part of the conversation.
All right, so we talked about that at the beginning of the show. They're going to want to pack the court. That's going to be the response. The podcast of that segment's up. We have the Alabama bullet points as well, including the story that Steve Marshall is calling on the Supreme Court to grant an emergency injunction so we can redistrict in Alabama. That podcast is up. We had Brad Presnall, political consultant, talked about an op-ed by Rodney Walker, who is a Senate candidate. Podcast of that interview is up. We talked about Trump's latest comments on Iran. And in fact, on that, play cut 1 of Trump for me, Walker.
I mean,
we've already won.
More...
We've already won, but I want to win by a bigger margin. But we have. We have. destroyed their Navy, destroyed their Air Force, destroyed all of their...
All right, you can stop it right there. I just wanted a little bit of that. But we talked about that earlier. We also talked about this Department of Homeland Security is funded now. Trump has signed it. Congress passed it. Some Republicans think that they caved, but probably didn't have much choice. We also played a great cut from Ben Sass on 60 Minutes. So if you missed that segment, the podcast is up. We had What's Trending, and we had you listening. I really appreciate you listening today. Thanks to Walker for producing. The Vince Show is coming up next, and I'll be back on Monday at the same time. Have a good weekend. See you then.
You're listening to Yaffee on WVNN.
Hey, I'm Chris Van Vliet. Go behind the scenes and beyond the headlines with the biggest names in pro wrestling and beyond.
You could pop up in WWE tomorrow. Would Saraya be there or would Paige be there?
Paige, 100%.
So when you're setting up Logan Paul to frog splash you through the announce table, it's going through your mind.
This should make every headline in the world.
It makes sense, right? In Jelly Roll.
We knew we had that kind of a moment.
Mindset, motivation, and what it takes to succeed. Insight with Chris Van Vliet. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The United States Soccer Federation presents the U.S. Soccer Podcast.
My name is David Goss, and I'm joined by my co-host Megan Klinenberg.
And now we're giving people an inside look at the World Cup.
Time's ticking. I think you can feel the intensity. All the guys are wanting to really stake their claim, and they want to be on that World Cup roster. There's no doubt about it.
Hosting the World Cup on home soil comes with its pressures, but we're just really excited, just as the people are.
The U.S. Soccer Podcast, presented by Henco. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.